Kelly Jackson.
Yes.
How long have we had the Missouri Department of Conservation on? A couple of years now.
It's been a few,
Yeah, I'm now just learning that they have a program that you can build a canoe.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see you doing that.
Oh, yeah, I'm signing. I got to go. I got to go build a canoe.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
Talk about that at some point. Brian Waldrop joins us. He let the cat out of the bag. Apparently, Dan Zarlinga didn't want me to know about the canoe building program. But anyway, Brian Waldrop, welcome to the Big 550 KTRS.
Good morning, everyone.
You are the St. Louis Stream Team Assistant for the Missouri Department of Conservation. What is the Stream Team?
Missouri Stream Team is a volunteer-based grassroots organization ran by the Missouri Department of Conservation, Department of Natural Resources, and the Conservation Federation of Missouri that goes out and cleans up rivers and streams, floodplains, plant trees, storm drain stenciling. We're advocates, education, and stewardship.
And volunteer, though.
You betcha.
Yeah, no, really very special. All right, so let's get to the main event here. You have a Merrimack River cleanup event going on.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So it's going to be staged at Robertsville State Park next Saturday, March 19th. We're going to be working in 2 state parks, Don Robinson and Robertsville State Park, and then 6 conservation areas across the area between Route 66 and Robertsville and all the river accesses.
I love this because instead of sitting and complaining about how dirty the rivers are, you guys get up off your duff and do something about it.
Yeah, we're going to be mostly in the floodplains where everything deposits during floods and everything. If you want to bring a canoe and get on the river and do a cleanup like that, that's on you, but we're going to be basically all land-based.
Now, why is the Merrimack River so important and so special?
Well, growing up next to it for 54 years, it's 1 mile from my house. I played in it growing up. Started cleaning it up after the Great 93 flood. It's gotten so much better over the last 33 years.
Better in terms of cleaner?
Cleaner, both the composition of the water, stormwater runoff, and just the visible pollution you see.
Right, not the water bottles and soda cans and everything else.
They're still there, but we're getting, we're pulling the cars out and the tires, the hundreds of thousands of tires we've moved across from Missouri streams.
This is more than just, logistically, you got to have the people to pick it up, but then the place for the trash to go. You can't be carrying tires with you while you're walking down the river cleaning things up.
Well, kind of. We a lot of times when we're out there, especially on a couple very specific rivers, we're picking up tire-only cleanups.
Okay.
And we can get about 20, 22 in our 17, 18-foot Grumman canoes, and we paddle on down the river.
How many tires are in the river?
Hundreds of thousands.
Really?
Is that the most that you find, tires and, water bottles?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all the strangeness out there, but usually, but we go after the tires. A crew of mine goes after tires, but endless cans, endless bottles, plastic bags that float.
Now, are these people who just throw it in the river, or do they throw it out of their car and it ends up in the river? Or we don't know.
It could either people are doing it, which you see,
right.
Or, you're in a parking lot and you open a door and something falls out. It gets in the storm drain. It gets to the small creek, to the larger creek, and eventually to the river.
Right, yeah. But a tire doesn't do that. So many people are
just
really dumping their tires there.
Either dumping their tires, or back in the day it was okay for, people to put them in ditches for erosion control, it doesn't work.
Right.
And they just migrate downhill.
Yeah. How many people are we talking about show up for these cleanup events?
Sometimes 1 or 2 to hundreds.
Really?
And hundreds, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How long have you been doing this?
Well, my grandpa took me to my first cleanup in the early to mid-'90s.
Holy mackerel.
And fell in love with it.
Really?
And now, I'm blessed to work for the Conservation Department and mentoring all these volunteers.
Yeah.
I know that you find a lot of tires and other things, but what's the most bizarro thing that you have found?
Are you finding bodies?
Oh, McGraw.
Well, I do have a story about that. The answer is yes. So my buddy Bernie's side of the trailer and portions of my trailers, our trash trailers, have all the baby dolls that we have found throughout the floodplains and the rivers, and we just zip tie them to the side of the trailer So
you scare everybody who comes visits the trailer.
It's a little grotesque, but you know what? It's the icebreaker. It's like, what's that? And then now we get to talk about stream teaming.
Yeah. If you were okay,
but let's talk about bodies.
Yes, let's talk about bodies.
So on the Upper Merrimack, we were doing a cleanup upstream from the Merrimack Springs, and walked out onto a log rack and looked down, and somebody's looking back at me in the water. Screamed. Probably turned more white than ever.
Yeah.
It happened to be a mannequin. Now, she sits in my back seat with me, with a stream team shirt on and a hat. And
so you can drive in the high occupancy lanes.
That's right. So her name's Merrimack Mary. She's with me all the time.
Merrimack Mary.
The Merrimack River, I did not know this, 218 miles, runs from Steelville all the way to the Mississippi River.
Yeah, much further upstream than Steelville, but that's where the water really begins.
Right, yeah. Okay, so when do we go? Where is it, and how do we sign up?
So go to Eventbrite. Just type in Merrimack River Cleanup, and you'll see the event there. It gives you a lot of details and some of the places we're going to be cleaning up.
So it's next Saturday.
March 19th.
March 19th, starting at 8 p.m. And people
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Start checking in, showing up there, and we're going to try to get out of the park by 10:15.
I'm sure this is a lot of service organizations like to do this. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, churches, organizations,
community service,
right?
Based,
all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's what, 2-3 hours? Are you saying?
We'll send you out there. Depending on what site you're going to be sending up, you might be just hiking a trail, picking up like cigarette butts and stuff, or you're going to be in the trenches, removing boats and refrigerators and tires.
Yeah.
And what's the thing later on in the day?
So we're going to have guest speakers around 5 o'clock. Was looking at your website, and I saw that at the top of your website you had all these powerful women. I had 3 powerful women as the guest speakers.
Is the mannequin speaking, or is she just going
to say? But maybe
I
should have her up on the stage with them. That's not a bad idea. So 3 powerful women speaking, all conservation based. Then food trucks will be there. I'm looking for another food truck or two if anybody's interested.
Sure.
And then a band, a little nice foot stomping music starting around 7.
There you go. All right. What's the website to find out more?
MoStreamTeam.org.
MoStreamTeam.org. And wait till I find Dan Zarlinga to find out about this canoe thing. Holy mackerel. Brian Waldrop, St. Louis Stream Team Assistant for the Missouri Department of Conservation. What a great organization. As again, it's people, instead of complaining about how dirty the river is, that they're doing something about it.
We do it.
Yeah. Brian, thanks for coming in. Good stuff.
Thank you both.